We've been working hard on the 1996 Ford F150 to get this guy up on the road. There's a couple things left, and I'm bringing you guys along for one of the last things. We're going to be doing a bumper delete on this truck. It's basically like a Razorback. We got one on the white truck there. I'll show you that. A little bit like that one there, fellers. See how it deletes that bumper altogether? That's kind of what we might be going for in this situation. Making one. We're going to be fabbing one up in-house with a license plate cover. So I hope you guys stick around, and let's get on it. Welcome to High Hill Stable Garage. So this is what I'm thinking there, fellers. I'm thinking what we're going to be doing is we're going to be drilling holes along this drip rail here and on this little corner piece, and we're just going to make it nice and easy, and we're going to put likely a license plate cover somewhere around here. I haven't quite figured that out yet, because we might still make a hidden hitch to go right here, but that's another video that we'll be getting into. So yeah, that's what we're going to try to do. So we're going to measure this, measure that, and measure around, and let's see what we get at. I marked the line where my tailgate would end up hidden if I dropped it down. So we can't go above this line, at least across. So what I'm gonna do is measure out my piece. I'm gonna go to 2 inch so it's flat. And kind of stretch it across. Your tailgate. Just like so. And we're at 8 9/16. The next piece that I want is to get in here along this and see just how much I need to come out. Looks to be about 3 1/8. And then I was looking at the other truck. They have theirs bolted up higher on this back panel than what I was gonna do. So we're gonna copy that same design. So at our 90-degree mark, which is about there, we're gonna go 1.5 inches. And now one of the last pieces should be this little lip here. So we'll measure just how high we want our lip. I'm thinking about if we give ourselves 2 inch, you know what, if we give ourselves 1 inch, that will allow us to kind of do a crease up and a crease to the side. So that's what we'll do. So we'll add an extra inch. This is what we got so far for that back panel, minus the 2 side pieces. We're just gonna weld that onto them before the end. But what we have is 8 9/16, 3 1/8, 1.5 inches, and 1 inch. That all comes out to 15 3/16. That's what we have to do for our wrap. And now we're just gonna measure how long we have to do. It's looking like 67 1/4 inches. So that's what we're gonna do. We have 67 1/4 inch for our length, and then 15 3/16 for our wrap. So basically we just gotta make a big rectangle. I'm gonna bring you guys over to the sheet of steel. I'm gonna show you guys how I'm gonna draw it all out, and then we're gonna get cracking and we're gonna start cutting. Let's get at it. What we got here is a very large piece of satin 18 gauge steel that we got from our local metal yard. I imagine we're gonna have to do this the other way, lengthwise, yeah, because we're only at 48 inches there, and we need 67. A little bit of a shame, but that's okay. It's not so bad. What we're gonna do first is we're gonna measure out 67 1/4, just like that, and we're gonna mark ourselves out at 67 1/4. There we go. And now we're also gonna take this, and we're gonna mark ourselves out up here. Same thing. Mark ourselves here as well at 67 1/4. Now we're gonna measure up real quick at 15 3/16. So there's 15, and there's my 3/16. Measure here again, 15 3/16. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our handy dandy laser, and we're gonna laser. You likely won't be able to see the laser, it's pretty bright out. But we're gonna laser our lines so they all match. And this down our line. So I'm going to cut this big rectangle out, and I'll be right back. Now that we have our rectangle, this is the general dimensions for that wraparound piece. Now what we got to work on are simply our dimensions that we have up here. So our 8 and 9/16, that was the main wraparound piece. Our 3/8 is our depth, our 1.5 inches is our top, and then our inch is our bottom lip. Alright, so real quick fellas, we got the measurements all done up. I marked all my lines. As you can see, there's that extra from me making the mistake of 8 and 16 and 6 and, or making the mistake of 8 and 9/16 instead of 6 and 9/16, but not a big deal. We'll cut that off at the end, and we'll leave it for now just in case we need it. But I marked this. This is our top piece that kind of goes like this. If you're looking at a side view, goes straight down. Then we have our middle. So we would have a 90 like that off our top. Then we have the curve, and our curve kind of goes like that down to the bottom. And then we have our lip, and our lip would go back up at a 90. So we're gonna bend this up, and let's see just how well this pans out. So it's a little loud, but here we got a little bend or 5 million there, 5,000, whatever you want to call it. We're gonna use that to bend our steel. You could simply just use 2 2x4s, a hard surface, and a couple door hinges, but we would have to build that. And why build it when you got one of these things? So we're gonna quickly go up our bends, and we're gonna head back to the barn. So again, this is the kind of shape that we're going for. Something like this. That's roughly what we're going for. That would be on this one, our 1.5 inches, and then our 3 1/8. That's our 6 and 9/16, and then this one's our inch. So let's bend that one up. The very first one that we're gonna do is gonna be that 90. So I see it's rather unfortunate. I think we lost some footage there, but basically we did our first 90-degree bend. We had to invert it, and now we're gonna slide it back into the machine, and we're gonna do our other 90-degree bend, our new small one, just like so. And we're gonna tighten it down and do our 90. So we have to add that curve in before we can bend it again. So I'm gonna show you guys how I'm gonna do that. So I would say out of this entire thing, this bend is going to be one of the hardest bends to do. So I figured out a pretty easy way. I think that that's going to work. So let me show you what I got going on. So we got an old scrap poop pipe there, down at the bottom here. Couple big clamps holding it to the table. And then we got 2 C-clamps on both sides holding it to this. Right in the center of our top flange, right in the center of here, right in the center of our pipe, and then right in the center of here. So the idea is I should be able to put my weight on this right here evenly and bend that down until this mark basically wraps itself around, and then we can do our final bend. Now it's just a gradual bend, fellas, so I don't think we're gonna have to reef on her too much there, but let's see just what we can do. Alright, let's unclasp and reset, because we'll have to go down just a little bit. Alright, so with a lot of work and a lot of effort, we got our back panel bent. It's pretty much the right degree. The rest we can make do at the barn. So now we got to bend up that last little bit straight up. We got just the right amount of curvature in that. We still have our extra there that we got to cut off. But any little inconsistencies we should be able to make up for when we weld those caps on. So, we've been working a little bit behind the scenes. There's doing some small fitment issue, a hair there, a hair here, but I'll show you guys what I kind of have going on. So this is our piece, and it roughly is going to slide in right about there. I'll have to do some measurements at the top, make sure we're in the right spot, but I'm going to clamp this down. I'm going to show you guys really what's going on. So yeah, this is what I got going on so far, guys. I got a whole bunch of drills. I got a whole bunch of holes drilled in this top panel because we're doing spot weld. I was just going to do bolts on this, but I was thinking, you know what? It'll likely be a cleaner look if we do weld on the corners. Plus, it helps me lift this bottom piece up with a jack. You guys will see what I mean when we get at that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to spot weld this all the way down and start doing my seams. And yeah, then we'll break out the jack and I'll show you guys how I'm going to do the bottom. So yeah, this is kind of what we got going on here. Let's get that final little bend. I got the box lifted up, all the weights there. I'm just kind of jumping on this. I got to do a cut here and a cut there just because there's a little piece of the steel of the box that's kind of in the way from it curling up. But I'm just going to slice those over and then a couple more jumps and it should go. Hey Mike, do you want to help me?
No.
I've already been jumping up on it, so it's all good.
Oh, is that
No,
right?
I literally have been jumping on it. I got to curl it the last little bit, but I need weight on it so I can
Just
do something.
because you do sketchy shit doesn't mean I want to do sketchy shit.
Don't worry, I got to film it.
Oh, perfect.
So I can catch it when you fall. Oh yeah, put a little bit of weight here. Yeah. Jump a little bit more aggressive. Not that aggressive. You gotta
What
find
do you want?
What you're doing when you pop is you're bending the steel. So hop around a little bit. Yeah.
This is the sketchy shit I've ever done. Jesus Christ.
Alright, hop around. Oh yeah, you're working good now.
Alright, I did.
Hang out there for a second. So yeah, guys, that's what we got going on right here. As I was telling my buddy there, we're gonna seam weld this whole thing, and then once the bed's attached to the truck, I'm just gonna lift off the center of this because it's kind of bowed down. Lift off the center, and it will pull the whole thing right up, and then we're gonna cut our hole for our license plate. So yeah, it's coming along pretty good. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you guys in the next video very, very soon. Alright, see ya.